Hello, everyone. Happy Lammas. And I'll talk about what that is in a minute. It just seemed like the perfect place to do a celebration of the earth in summer, of the first harvest. Kind of a surprise live video, since I usually give you some heads up. So, Deborah Roth here from Spirited Living, and what I'm going to kind of go over with you today is why this day is special. August 1st, very often celebrated as August 2nd, on August 2nd. It is the ancient earth harvest holy day of Lammas, L-A-M-M-A-S. And just about nobody's heard of it nowadays. It's one of the four cross-quarter days on the wheel of the year, on the seasonal wheel of the year. We have the equinoxes and the solstices, and then the holidays that fall in between those two are what are called cross-quarter days. We've all heard of the other ones, May Day, which falls between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. Let's see, Halloween, which falls between the fall equinox and winter solstice, and then Groundhog's Day, which falls between the winter solstice and, I always have to think ahead here, spring equinox. So we all acknowledge those. What we haven't heard of, what we don't know so much about, is this harvest holiday that was celebrated all over the world. For some reason, it didn't make it into the modern Earth calendars. Hello, Lou. Hello, Anne. And it's I think in some ways it's sort of evolved into Thanksgiving. So what I'd like to do today is just give you a little bit of context for what it is and how you can use this energy that's surrounding us today on this beautiful, bright summer day. I'm surrounded by ferns at the wonderful empty house of our dear friends that we've been able to go to on the weekends. And this energy of Lammas, it's also known as loaf mass. It's a celebration of grains, of the first harvest, corn and barley in particular, and we'll play with that a little bit. I'm not going to do a meditation today. I'm actually going to do my full moon meditation on Monday, which is called the Lunar Lammas in certain circles, because it is the first full moon following this ancient celebration of Lammas. So if you want a meditation around this, go to my Facebook page, my biz page, Spirited Living with Deborah Roth, and you can get the information there. Today, I'll give you some context. I'll give you some ideas for some ways to really embody this energy, and then I'll teach you a little chant. I had something to read too, and I don't have it with me. So, whether or not so you can see around me, this is summer at its most fecund, at its most fertile and beautiful and lush. And this is the time that we acknowledge the things that we have brought to fruition, the projects, the people we've mentored, the babies we've birthed, but you don't have to be a biological mother in order to celebrate the birthing process, because we do indeed give birth to books and businesses, and we mentor young women and young men, or older women and men. There are many ways that we can embody this harvest energy. And Lammas was about, in ancient times, it was when barley and corn were harvested in this month. So what I'm going to suggest to you is that play with the idea of thinking about what it is in your life that you've already planted, you've nurtured to a certain point, and that you would now like to, and it's perfect with the full moon energy, tuning in right now too, at its fullest on Monday, which is all about bringing things to fruition and full manifestation. So what are the things, the people, the relationships in your life that you really want to celebrate in that way? What are the unique gifts that you want to harvest? We'll talk more about that in the meditation on Monday. And then using a very simple symbol of the season, take a corn husk. I love corn, and of course you can really only get the good stuff this time of year. So take a corn husk and contemplate, take a moment to think about what it is that you wish to celebrate, the relationship, the project, the book, the business, whatever it is that you brought to this point of harvest and that you want to acknowledge. Acknowledgement in our for all of the things that we do is a particularly important part of the creative process. And Lammas is really about acknowledging the harvest, so to speak, what we're talking about here, and then carrying it forward. So just take a moment, think about, and it's a little tough. I know we're in the middle of this really challenging time, and so it may be inward things that you're harvesting. It could be an inward fertility, inward creativity that you've discovered in this place of, lockdown and being cloistered in the way that we have, and many of us not really able to celebrate externally in our environment, around us, what it is that we are celebrating, that we're harvesting. So take a moment to think about that, and then write it on the corn husk and plant it. You can plant it back in your garden or in earth somewhere. You can roll it up and kind of set it aside, keep it for a moment, and or many moments until the next seasonal movement, which would be the fall equinox. By the way, the equinox and the Halloween are both, or Samhain as it was called in ancient Celtic times, are both also harvest festivals. This is the first harvest. The second harvest is the fall equinox, which is typically, it could be many things, but apples are kind of the key thing. And I'll talk about that. I'll probably do one of these when we get to the fall equinox. And then Halloween is when we harvest. In addition to all the things that we know about Halloween, it's the final harvest of the season. Pumpkins and things that come to fruition, that come to full growth at that time of year. So I'm going to teach you a very sweet little chant that you can sing along with me wherever you are, hopefully carry with you this day, in a way to honor Mother Earth, to honor all that we have brought to fruition, all that we have harvested through our intention, through the people that we know, the things that we've given birth to. And it goes... I have to decide which one. I had it all on the tip of my tongue. This is a classic. Any of you who have circled with me will know this. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey yana ho yana hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana hey yan yan. Her sacred ground we walk upon. With every breath we take, her sacred ground we walk upon. With every breath we take. Hey yana ho yana hey yan yan. Hey yana ho yana hey yan yan. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. So just kind of take that in, listen to it again if you want to keep singing it, because this is a very blessed ancient earth holy day. We want to celebrate all this beauty, all the fruits of our labors, externally, if you've got a garden, internally, if you want to really honor those projects and people that are most special to you. So, now you know about Lammas. If it was something that you didn't, I hope that you really embody its essence, and we'll be back. I'll be back and talk about the other harvest celebrations coming up as well. Thank you all for joining me, and have a beautiful Lammas and a beautiful weekend.